Yo there, MegaMogwai here, and I got yet another Legends of Runeterra video for guys today. And today, while I was preparing the video, I realized, because I put a number to every gameplay video that I make before we start editing them, and I realized that today's video is the 500th Legends of Runeterra video that I've made on this channel. So we're halfway there to 1K videos. And that's pretty crazy if you think about it. I've made 500 Legends of Runeterra videos. That's a really big number. Like, what am I doing with my life? So, yeah, just wanted to share. So, happy 500th anniversary for us, I guess. And, yeah, leave a like for 500. I don't know. I just wanted to mention that. I thought it was really interesting. So, yeah, without further ado, let's talk about the deck that we're going to feature for our 500th anniversary. And that is none other than UDYR Scargrounds 2.0. Very different version of Scargrounds from the one that I showcased in the beginning of the expansion alongside Vladimir. I'm going to talk a little bit about why we took this direction and why I chose the cards that I chose and everything. But the general idea is this deck is built around Aurok Glinthorn as a finisher. And just because of that, I absolutely love it. So let me talk about UDYR and Braum, because this time I am not playing Vladimir. What's I say? Vladimir. Vladimir. I'm playing Braum instead, and there's a strong reason for it. Well, several, and I'll go into that. So there was something I was going to mention before diving into the video. Oh, yeah, we're Masters rank. I mean, I do mention this at the beginning of the gameplay, but we did make it to Masters rank. I made a final push with the Draven Rumble list that I uploaded a couple of days back. In case you guys are looking for a solid deck to climb with, that one worked out really well for me. And we can chill in Masters and play our jank, which feels fantastic. So, yeah, like I was saying, we got Braum and UDYR. So, the reason why we're playing Braum is instead of Vladimir, right? There's two reasons. First of all, the problem with Vladimir and UDYR is that they're both 5-drops, and a lot of times this messes up your curve, especially if you're playing 3 copies of each. And in a Scargrounds variant of UDYR, because we're building around the Ram stance, as I mentioned this in prior UDYR videos, when you build around the Ram stance, you do want to be playing 3 copies of UDYR because you actually make use of the Spirits Unleashed. It's still not a great card, but in this deck, it can actually be really strong if you have the right board setup with the Scargrounds on the board, and thus we can justify running 3 copies of this, you know, I was going to say underrated champion, but I don't think underrated is appropriate at this point. UDYR does need a bit of a help from Riot. It'd be nice to have him buffed a little bit. Nonetheless, he's not unplayable like some people claim. He's just a little bit behind the curve, especially compared to champions like Gnar, right? But yeah, we're playing 3 copies of UDYR, and we're playing 3 copies of Braum because Braum comes in 1 turn earlier. Braum also helps us out with one of the biggest weaknesses that this archetype was having for me, and that is early aggression. Braum, in conjunction with a couple of copies of Crimson Bloodletter, can set up some nice tempo for us, can give us a good blocker at turn 4, and if we have Crimson Bloodletter on the board and Scargrounds, I mean, we may or may not have Scargrounds, but with this 1-drop on the board, we can immediately trigger Braum and summon the Mighty Poro upon entry, which allows us to effectively summon 2 units in 1 play, which is kind of like a big boy House Spider play, which is really important for certain matchups in which they are trying to gang up on us and get our Nexus down really low before we get our synergies popping off. Because the problem is, because we rely on the Ram stance and Ice Shard and just generally AoE ping everything effects, we're pinging our own Nexus as well. So if we take too much damage in the early stages of the match, then we may be very low on health and we cannot really afford to go for our, you know, AoE plays. So that is also why we are, you know, getting a little bit of hot soup onto the deck, helping us stay healthy and fresh and well fed with the Kyling Tavern Keeper here as a tool to allow us to heal our Nexus or potentially one of our allies, so we can continue, you know, popping off with our self-harm effects, especially since we're playing units like Crimson Disciple that want to get hit, you know, but she cannot get hit as much as the other 2 drop. But ultimately, I dropped the where is this guy? I dropped the Bone, yeah, his name is the Bone Scryer, because honestly, like, not being able to represent any sort of damage early on, especially if we want to be playing a couple copies of Unscarred Reaver, gives us a little bit of it allows us to get beaten up really easily, and having a 2-3 stat line from the get-go can allow us to trade into 1-drops, and thus Crimson Disciple is overall more useful early on, which is where we're most weak and therefore I did end up choosing this one over the Bone Scryer, even though sometimes I do miss the Bone Scryer's high health stat, because when I get going off with these ram effects, if we don't find Scar Grounds, then Crimson Disciple can actually go down pretty quickly. So yeah, she's not absolutely superior in every way, but I do feel like she's a little bit better because she patches up a bit of our weakness in that regard. Obviously, we're playing a full set of Vulpine Wanderer. I realized 2 copies of Crimson Curator is enough, as we're playing then a one-off of Babbling Burke to draw into our Aurok Glinthorn or our Hyera Ulseer, and a one-off of Whispered Words. These 4 cards generate us enough card draw to make sure that we don't quite run out of gas. We're not Bando City, and we do run out of steam sometimes, but we can get going, and we generally have just the right amount of card draw. At least, during my experimentation, it's been enough for me personally. As then we have a full set of Ravenous Flock, alongside a couple of copies of Scorched Earth to deal with big units and have interaction with the opponent. There's an argument for removing 1 Scorched Earth and adding a 3 Sisters, for example. That's something you can experiment with. I do like Scorched Earth, but I'm running into less banditry as of now. I think the community is just kind of holding hands and just not playing too many Yordle decks right now, because I've been running to Bando City quite a bit less. And I know there's going to be people saying, oh, the metagame balanced out. No, I'm telling you, people are not playing Yordles because they don't want to play Yordles. So there is, if you're not running too many Yordle decks yourself, it depends on your rank, you can try to take out 1 Scorched Earth for 1 3 Sisters, and I think that can work out very well for you too. And yeah, the general idea is we use the Ram stance, we clear, and we deal 1 damage to everything, so we can set up open attacks with Aurok Glinthorn and not let our opponent's backline block at all. Stun them all and fuck them up. It is glorious. I love this card. I've always been a huge fan of Aurok, and I'm happy that he is the star of my 500th video. And I mentioned that already for the 500th time, but yeah, it's special to me, and I think that's understandable, right? So yeah, I'm gonna stop rambling. I really like the distributions, put a lot of thought into this deck, and it's been working really well for me in Masters rank, which is where today's gameplay will take place. So yeah, I'm gonna stop rambling. Thank you guys for watching. Stay tuned for daily Legends of Runeterra content. Hope you enjoy the games. I'll see you tomorrow. All right, here we go. Against Spikes. Otherwise, you guys can see we're Masters rank. Made it earlier today. I used the deck that I uploaded a couple of days ago. The Draven Rumble deck. Worked out pretty well. And now we have Aurok Glinthorn here, which is really interesting. Because we could in this kind of matchup, we can definitely go for that as a win condition, I think. I'm going to keep this opener for now. Because Unscarred Reaver can get pretty big.
I've got these.
This deck does run a one-off of Aftershock. I mean, most decks, Spikes may be playing a different version. And now we hope that they have it. Because we drew 2 copies of this. Okay, there's timelines. The problem with this matchup is Buried Ice just kind of breaks us in 2, and if they have that in conjunction with the that stairs, I don't think we can beat that really. That's actually a problem.
I help when I can. Shut up when I can.
Good for you. I'm not drawing what we need here. We need some stances.
Brom is on the job.
I'm gonna play Braum because even if they do have a thermogenic beam, I can survive it with Trollchen here. Okay.
I found my family.
My Bloodkin. We're gonna develop Crimson Curator because we need to apply some sort of pressure here. Again, really sucks that we just haven't been able to find any of our stances. That just slows us down a lot.
Let's show our friends indoor. Have you met my shield?
We're gonna bluff an ice shard, which may distract him and make him think that maybe we don't have something like a throw chain here. Okay, so Mystic Shot. If I go for a Troll Chant, I mean, there's no reason. I don't think I have to go for the level up here. I think we just play it safe. I mean, do we? Okay, so if we get hit by that, we go down to 4. We have the with 4
Left for a snack?
only against the Get Excited do we play around that. So we play it safe here. So play around a Thermogenic Beam follow-up. Now we got Ravenous Flock, but we don't need to use it. That's damaged, which means this Aurok can start putting in some work. I really need some, like, a stance. I need some rams. I need to start ramming here. The problem is the moment I overcommit, like, I play into a Buried in Ice, and that just completely shuts down. Drawing, top decking an Ice Shard would be ideal here, or UDYR as well would be fine. Man. Hiera Ulseer as well would have been very, very nice to see.
Some rock got me good.
Empire, battle by battle.
If they go for a Thermogenic Beam here, then they cannot bury it nice next round, which means that if we find UDYR, we can develop him.
They're out there. I'll spot them.
Well, just force him to get rid of that, so that's pretty neat. Oh man, I'm drawing nonsense though. I am drawing nonsense.
This is fun, yes?
Let's get rid of this while we can.
My shield is my sword.
I proved myself to
Good luck. Have fun.
Really unfortunate draws here.
come here, darling.
We just haven't been able to apply any sort of pressure because we haven't drawn a single ram.
I'm innocent.
Now it clears board, they buried in ice, they hit that stairs, and we just cry.
Good one.
Buried in ice. Wipe us out. Or not. Optimism? Okay! Finally! We don't have to commit any more here, though.
Retreat. This is fun, yes?
I didn't do nothing.
follow the old ways.
Very nice here, really sucks. Yeah, I mean, I'm not.
I won't fail.
Freeze there.
King of Trolls coming through.
He's exposing himself. I have to get rid of this thing. Good thermo beam here.
Come, Clara, we have much to teach you.
I can't wait.
Hear my call, great.
He's gone! Spirits Unleashed. The first time you see this card played! We gotta go for this now. Because our win condition is the Crimson Disciple right there. We gotta to boost here, we can kill them at burst speed effectively. With either one of these. Let's get it.
You must teach me. When you have
Oh yeah.
think about
Oh my god. I can't believe we won that.
Our rage is beyond.
Oh, that's so negative. Alright. Alright, round 2. Hopefully this time we draw into our stances. There we go. Ask and thou shalt receive. I think I'm gonna mulligan. I like the Ravenous Flock. Be pretty useful here. Do I like the Crimson? I think I can drop the Crimson Curator for now. It's not a bad unit to have, but I can try to mulligan for something. You know, try to find the Scar Grounds, which would be pretty amazing in this matchup. Maybe I should have hard mulligan for it. I didn't want to drop any of these, but maybe the Ravenous Flock. I don't know. I don't know. I'm gonna drop you.
We will show them where their spells can help.
All right, let's get to work.
Okay, we need that Scar Grounds though. That'll help a lot. Let's pass here though.
A slight adjustment.
Let me show you what I can do.
No misfortune this round means that we can hold back. Okay, there it is. There it is. Oh my god.
Field is yours. A little reinforcement at the seams.
Do I want Braum or do I want... I think we gotta play this. No, Braum allows us to delay them quite a bit. How important is it to delay their attack?
Is it the mustache? Who knows?
I think it's Braum. I think the play we go for here is gonna be Braum. They can trade this into this. Honestly, we're okay with this. We sacrifice a little bit of our board, but we just gotta build. We gotta take it easy, make use of our mana. But getting the Scar Grounds is imperative.
With a little help, I made you fly.
Time for talking to. You meant my shield?
pass back. Now that we have the Scar Grounds in, we can start getting to work.
Discipline and steel.
Alright, so that's what's happening here. Okay, so by reacting with this. Okay, so destroying this. I think we have to lead off with this actually. To prevent the Fort Demacia now. Okay, no Fort Demacia this round. It's really neat. The risk of Fort Demacia was too great.
Spirits of the land, hear my call. Earthly fight. Good luck. Have fun. Ha! This is fun, yes?
I gotta deal with their challengers more than anything.
Think strong.
We have the Troll Chant. This thing is not really as affected by the Troll Chant. We're gonna use it 100% here. That means they don't have a Sharp Sight. And it doesn't really matter what we drag out, but I guess in case they have some sort of like rally effect, again, we can at least nullify the challenger.
I've come a long way from a flying stone bird.
What do we need to buff? I mean, we definitely need to hit this, and we need to buff UDYR as much as we can as well. I guess, even though the Overwhelm is really neat, I think maybe it's, because having Braum at 5 power, what implications does it have? If he goes for a 4 Demacia, it means I can trade Braum into that. But I probably wouldn't be trading Braum into something a little bit bigger anyways, right? Yeah, I think we ram everything, and we ram everything except for Braum, yeah. We need to do this now so that he can't go for a 4 Demacia, and wow. Wow. Jesus Christ. Okay. Okay, so as they attack us, I mean, if these challenge the right units, there's nothing that we can say with them. Except for Braum. I think one of these will be enough.
Empire, battle by battle.
That trades into that. Not much we can do about that.
Steel is yours. Needs a finishing touch. Where's my hammer?
Definitely no combat tricks here, so a Troll Chant.
Wrong move.
Triple resolve. Ha! Time to celebrate! Alright, we got our boy Braum in here though. That's a big hit, but we're ready to retaliate, baby. This Aurok Glinthorn is dangerous. How about we make him even more so?
Advin, come here, handsome.
Hello, dear. What have you got us into now?
You got no more range to resolve. You played them all. We definitely want to. Yeah, let's do it like this. We do want to hit Braum this time. Get that Poroid there. Get that mini fresh lobster.
We Demacians are no easy prey.
Let's drag you here. Let's smack him. Aurok, do your thing. We're coming. And we got you. There we go! God damn, that was hot! Attaboy! I'm congratulating Braum. I don't know why. Fuck yeah! Never doubted my boy. Alright. Dankness. How do we fear against dankness? This is a pretty decent opener, but we're gonna mulligan away pretty much. I mean, Ravenous Flock is good to have, but I'm gonna do a full mulligan. Because I really want to find that Scar Grounds. I want to get that game plan rolling. I feel like in this matchup, Scar Grounds will be very important. They can't really interact with it. So once we play it, it's there to stay.
In the War Mother's name.
Got the Unscarred Reaver, but no way to enable her just yet. No Twisted Catalyzer, though. I do want to play Eddie here, I think.
I found my family, my bloodkin.
What wondrous discoveries await below.
If he does have a ping, then at least we draw off of it. So Crimson Curator is a pretty safe bet in this matchup. I could go for an Ice Shard into a Scorched Earth to deal with Vhagar. Doesn't feel great. But I don't know what my other option is. Like, this matchup can get really rough. Maybe I could try to set up for a late game with this, but I'm bound to draw into... Because we can follow up Crimson Bloodletter into Braum next round, so I think this is worth it. I think this is worth it. Delaying the Vhagar. We get draw out of it as well.
Worthy of the Winter's Claw.
I don't think these decks play Miscall anymore. I mean, I haven't seen it in a long time, but this is the... yeah, okay.
Witness true power.
Got UDYR here, but I don't think it's the moment for him. I need to play Bloodletter into Braum.
Rabadon! Rabba who?
Brom is not the job. Show me your best.
Just gotta swing. For the fences.
Easy does it.
Did you call me?
Try to at least apply some pressure here.
See?
We'll make them.
Darkness and light.
Take their land.
Very minutes. I think we have to go Glinthorn here. Because we will stun Vhagar in the back. And we can lead off a pretty menacing attack here.
The hour approaches.
Have you met my shield?
No.
Perhaps forcing a trade. All right, reset.
For the old gods.
Let me show you what I can do.
Perhaps playing UDYR is a bit, well, never mind. Alright. Let's think about this though. 6 mana. They could generate another darkness. Darkness is pretty developed at this point. We can develop UDYR or we can just try to go wide. And I think I like the idea of just going wide.
Teeth big as tombstones.
I am Lord Vega, destroyer of worlds!
You gotta believe me.
Oh, you and your
You and your
stories.
stories. I'm thinking about. Okay.
Let us take a peek at life beneath the waves.
We'll make them pay!
I'll try anyone once.
Astounding curiosities lie ahead.
Too bad he's only a 6/6. If we play this and he counters it with that, what are we left with?
Gather, spirits, gather. Wolf.
Heed my words.
These 2 Crimson Disciples.
Rune power!
This is fine. Okay.
Oh dear.
I will shape death as easily as clay.
We'll make them pay!
I just don't know how to break through at this point. We're close, but they've generated too much power with this. We can play Hiera Allseer, but we just don't have the opportunity to set up Aurok Glinthorn here. His darkness is too developed. The miscall earlier really cost us. Like, we need to remove Vagar, and I was really hoping they didn't have it, man. I tried everything I could. I really did. I tried to find like the best angle to attack this game in, but I just Like, no matter what we do here, we're locked in. We can't play more than 2 units, and the moment he plays this, he levels up Vhagar, which means he generates another one anyways. And no matter what I do here, if I play Hiera Ulseer and I get the stance, he still just removes it, and then I don't have an opening, I don't have a board. So GG, we're done. We're done. I cry every time. Alright. Karina control. For this kind of matchup, we definitely just want to go for a full mulligan and try to find discard grounds. And we don't even mind drawing 2 copies of them, because they can very easily have Aftershock, right? I also don't need to develop yet.
Demacia sends its regards.
Especially with this thing on the board. We do want to play the Crimson Bloodletter now because there is a chance that we draw into Braum.
In the shadows.
His eye look right fierce.
We're gonna play the Scar Grounds now.
Nagakabura.
Uh-oh, Nagakabura. Oh shit. Nagakabura is here. Back! Alright, let's go for Crimson Curator.
I found my family.
My Bloodkin. So we can start spreading out a little bit. There it is. We could go for the Ice Shard now. But then again, just setting this up instead is something I prefer. We don't need to rush it.
Not the face.
They could have a Mystic Shot, which would be pretty risky. How much damage is this? Going down to 8. It's a bit too much.
But I'm rich.
I think it's better to just block like this. Because then they have to direct something towards this, which means, yeah, we do this. We do this. This block makes more sense.
Oh, dark.
We gotta stay healthy. Because unfortunately, if we play that way, we're too low against this deck and we can no longer resort to our Ice Shards anyways. Now we can play the second Scar Grounds.
Drop something.
I dropped everything.
I like this.
I've got this.
That was an awkward double Ice Shard. We still have, I want to play this because I want to have Troll Chant in the back as well. They definitely have spells to play. But a Troll Chant is really strong in what it can do.
No. Move or cease.
Okay, so they're gonna Vile Feast here. We could Troll Chant. Okay, so this thing becomes really strong. I really do want to preserve my Crimson Curator. It is... go with this. Preserving our unit, empowering the hit. And I'm gonna go with this. I'm actually gonna lose my Crystal Curator.
Yeah, the winter's blood.
So that I can preserve this. This is a win condition on its own. We have quite a bit of card draw anyways. I don't think we need Crimson. We force a Thermal Beam out of him. Alright. We gotta keep applying pressure. Gotta keep applying pressure here. There's Aurok.
Can a spirit fight to the death? Thinking I'll learn soon.
I think I want to play you.
Eyes blazing bright as torches.
So maybe I draw into here, yes.
Piltover Enforcer on the scene. Here's the fun part. Eat this.
Alright.
I'll try anyone once. Oh, I can't wait.
I help when I can. Shut up when I can. Better late than dead.
If I get a Vengeance out of him here, that works out. It has to be a Vengeance. Otherwise, it doesn't work. And getting a Vengeance out of them here. Okay, well that's... I mean, that's not there anymore. Alright, so everything trades.
From the mountains.
We swing. We full swing. Pressure, 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 and more pressure.
Bring it.
Go.
Drop them down, keep a board. We have card advantage. This is where they have big boy plays, though. I just hope I don't lose to like a Ladros Atrocity. Oh, God. If this is Ladros Atrocity, it's gonna be so sad. How much mana do I have? I can't play this and this. I could play you into you.
Everyone bleeds for the right price.
will still see the job done.
They're coming! Hide!
Speed this so that I have...
They'll come for you!
Empire, battle by battle. Strike now!
Yes! Yeah, boy! There we go! Aurok for the win!